Okay. Good evening, everybody. How was your dreams? Right? So today we're going to also study and I'm going to give you a card, and we're going to see the PowerPoint. There is an angel that we can scan. We can know how to say it too, but this is going to help us to remember the dreams. Because a lot of us, we don't like to admit, but a lot of times we don't dream, and we don't remember the dream. And we do want to remember that because it's going to help us. Because there is something amazing that says in the portion, Miketz, that we're going to talk about too, that when we remember the dream, especially, of course, what dream? The good one. It's going to happen. And we do want to remember. A lot of time we wake up in the morning and we remember only part of the dream. Or I had a dream, and we wake up even sweaty from the dream, whatever, and we have no really connection. So it's very, very important. So first we're going to start with that. We talked about it last time, but it's good to know that Miketz 186 to 188 in the English. Usually I use the Hebrew one, but you use the English. You have it? Yeah. Okay. And that's something that actually we talked about it, but it's good to not just to talk about it. It's good to scan it. So you should have it. I hope you all have the Zohar to use. And this is what we need to do every night before we sleep, is to really let go of everything that happened to us, between us, and could be husband, could be kids, could be neighbors, could be mother, could be father, could be family, it could be friends, anybody, even with employees, that our employees or our boss or whatever it is, to let go, to forgive. And it tells you here, it's the amazing thing that happened, that this guy, nothing happened to him, just miracle after miracle. Especially, by the way, don't forget, tomorrow it's the first candle of Hanukkah. And we are in the month of miracles. And we have to understand, very simple thing. I don't know if some of you are going to go to the Zohar tonight. Yes? Some of you? So you have to know, the thing is, why a person going through something? Don't forget, whatever we're going through the day, it's going to affect my dream. What level of dream? The dream is going to give me the message so I would know what to do or not to do. But still, I want to affect my day. Means, why a person have a problem? Have a problem so he's going to have a teacher to help him to solve it? So why in the first place the light give me the problem? So the teacher is going to have work? Now it's funny, right? I mean, we have to understand, I got the problem, so the teacher will show me how to connect to a miracle. The miracle is going to connect me to a stronger belief and higher consciousness of certainty with the light. If not, why did I get the problem in the first place? Okay, so this part, if you scan it, it's going to help you to connect to that power, to let go and to forgive. And the minute you forgive, you will be forgiven. So the level of dream that I can be, it's higher, and it's going to help me not just to dream, it means to get the message to help me to know what to do. Okay? It's like I got the email, and I know what to do the next day or the next week or the next year. Okay? So this is one thing that's very important for us. Okay? And we said there is the 1% dream, you remember? It's the daily one, whatever we're going through, and if I dream about it, it's no big deal. Messages, this is the second level, and the one that we said like a prophet, like really the highest one, and that's really where we want to be. Okay? Now, there is another thing that we need to know. When we're going to sleep, between sundown to midnight, real messages. Some of us, we live in New York, we don't even get to bed at that time. We sleep after midnight. But some of us sleep before. So if we dream 11, even 12, it's real messages. Okay? Then after midnight, mixed, false and real messages after midnight. It's very important to know the time of the messages. It's not just any time, okay? And then Shabbat, any time, because people dream. Friday night, through the night. And then, that it's good to take a nap on Shabbat. Usually, Kabbalists don't recommend to take a nap on a daily basis, unless it's very short. But on Shabbat, it's good to do. So anytime, it's real message on Shabbat. From Friday night, it doesn't matter how long you're going to sleep, okay? So it's very good to know timing. Any other time, false messages. It means, so you have the times, hopefully we can remember them, because, when we sleep, we are in coma. Sometimes a person doesn't even remember. So, the time that we dream, it could be a split second, by the way. You remember we said it's like the mind works times 60. And how does it feel? Almost the whole night. Like it was a long time. No, it's not. It feels. Because the movie that we see, it's so fast that we think it's long. Okay? And by the way, if you want, you can go into, there is different programs on the internet. There is laboratories that checking people's sleep and, dreams and all that. By the way, I saw one, they put a person to sleep regular, and they see how he moves. They record the whole thing. And they put a number on a shelf that you have to have a very high step ladder in this room. It means you can't just take the number, okay, you understand? And they told him that when he goes to sleep, to let his soul see the number, and in the morning to write it. First night he couldn't do it. Second night he couldn't do it. Third night he did it. Wow. And you see it. Now there is no discussion. It's not only spiritual. You see the person knows the number. We can interfere in the dream to get exactly what we want to know. Exactly. But if we think it's a nice, it's dream, it's not real. It's more real than reality. Problem is, for us reality, the 1% is more real. Okay. So then we're blocking it, and the messages don't come, and then we're surprised. Well, how come I didn't know? We said, we complain. Come on, use it. It's unbelievable. We have even the times that can help us. So to know. So I can use the time. It means I know I'm going to sleep. And we have the dialing guard. We can do all the scanning. You remember the second class we talked about stage by stage. Okay? And then we have a book, small one that gives you exactly also stage by stage. So we're really good at that. Now, dream state, one of the name of God. I mean, you can use it before you go to sleep. How long it takes to scan it? 2 seconds, right? Nothing. You know, if you pay attention, we spend lifetime about food. Buying it, preparing it, waiting for it in the restaurant, talking in the meantime, drinking. Would you like to drink something? You know, it's lifetime. It's just about food. We know so much about food. So, what do you know about life? A little bit. We need to know. We need to know this is like, did you see some food doesn't look good? It tastes unbelievable. Some good food looks very good. That's awful. So it's not just what you see. We also judge each other according to what we think. Okay? So it means one of the highest level is the eyes. And before we go to sleep or during the day, whatever, we absorb a lot of information just by looking. So some of the information, it's not really helping us. So when I'm scanning the Zohar, I'm putting my consciousness in a very high level. One of the things, it's not only miketz, where we said it's good to scan, Lamed Lamed Hey, dream state. I can put myself in a place that I am in charge. I'm taking responsibility. I know it's more real than what we think. And I go to that state of dream, and remember, we can interfere. I can change it, I can do things, I can ask. Before you go to sleep, you know, don't just think I'm going to sleep because I'm tired. Remember, we went to vacation and we rested the whole time. And we were more tired. So we're not going to sleep because I'm tired. Because we said if I'm going to go to sport now, I'm going to have energy and I'm not tired. It's not about it. We have to remember it again and again and again. Lamed Lamed Hey, going to put me in the state of dream that I can ask questions before and get the right answer. How many of us want to know answers that sometimes we don't like to ask anybody? Even if we have a teacher, we go around. Sometimes people go and say, I have a friend. Okay, yes. He needs to know. Sure, why not? So give him the answer. Beautiful. It's okay, we know. Here, directly, between me and the light, anyway, it's between me and the light all the time, but here, I'm using it. Don't forget, we cannot use that sleep for nothing. 20 years of someone's life or more or less. It's many years that I can use it for my benefit. Very important. Lamed Lamed Hey, one of the names from the 72 names of God that can help me to connect to the state of dreams. Something that's going to be the third level, it's high level, it's going to give me something that can help me and help others. Always, it's not only about me. Dialing God, we remember we talked about it. And here we have all, you know, the Shema, the reading, bedtime, 58 to 80. So we have it. If you don't have it, get it. It's a really simple one. Okay. This is it. I'm going to give you, someone can just share with everybody. You can have it with you. We did for you card also. What does it say? Zechar Ya. It means to remember the light. Now, in a simple way, Zechariah means to remember. Okay? In a simple way. But to remember what? What does it mean even in Hebrew? Okay? Whoever takes, you know that I told you, right? 14th of December, we're teaching the power of the alphabet. Here we have something amazing. To know that the first three letters, you see, even if you don't know it, it's Zayin, Chaf, and Resh. Just that, it means Zir and Pin. Because Zir and Pin is the male aspect of the light. And Malchut, the Shekhinah, is the female aspect of the light. When we remember, you remember, to remember, what does it mean to remember? Let's say, forget the dreams for a second, you're talking with someone. In the middle of the conversation, it happened for whatever reason, you forgot what you want to say. What happened now? I mean, you say it. Hey, it's right here, okay. So what happened? There is no flow. Something blocked it. It's right there. Maybe it's going to come back, but right now you cannot continue. Why? There is no flow. Zir and Pin is a flow of light through those 6 levels into Malchut. That's memory. The light is memory. Because in Hebrew, only in Hebrew, I don't have it on the PowerPoint, but you have to know. Darkness in Hebrew is the same letters of forgetting. Same letters in Hebrew. But only in Hebrew, okay? In English you don't have it. In any language we don't have it. So when you write Hoshech and Shachach, it means to forget. See, I know there is a person that knows Hebrew. Now she says, wow, yes, right? It's like, you know, this is nothing compared to what we're going to study in the power of the alphabet. But that's just one thing to know, that the Hebrew is not a language just, you know, it's nice language, you know, reading the Torah, you know. No, it's the manual book of life to tell me if I forget, it means there is no flow of light. It's darkness. So darkness and forgetting is the same thing. So here, what do I connect to when I'm going to scan it at night before I go to sleep? Or even say it. You see, it says in English too. What does it say? Zechariah. Exactly. So you can read it. So say it. You can say it. You can scan it. And it's going to help you. Now we have the Lamed Lamed Hey. We have the scanning of the Zohar. We have to remember the dream. So I'm going to wake up. I'm going to know. I can open the letter. Read it. Remember that. Or, if I remember that, and I have to do Atavat Halom, you remember? We said to correct the dream. So I can come here in the morning. We have 3 days. 3 people are going to come and cancel my dream. That's good too. Imagine I don't remember. You don't want it to happen. You dreamed it already. Just because you don't remember, what do you think? It's going to disappear? No. So in one hand, it's good to remember. The good and the bad. And you remember, the bad is not bad. We call it a thank you dream. Why? Because if I know in advance something that's supposed to happen, and it's not good, something that it's against someone, against me, against whatever. I mean, something that it's going to be, God forbid, maybe it's evil or whatever. There is a chance to cancel it. What's better than that? We cannot complain later, I wish I knew. We always say it. We always say it. Every time. I wish I knew what I know today then. Well, so here, they gave us the email with the website. Just, you know, right? When don't forget, you know, exactly those letters. So if the first 3, Zir and Pin, it means to remember. The other 2, Yud-Ke. You remember the name of God? Yud-Ke, Vav-Ke. It means the first 2, Keter, Chochmah, Bina. The first 3 highest level of the light, called Keter, the crown, Chokhmah, wisdom. Bina, it's the level that we nourish everything. So imagine all those three, it's in Yud Ke. So if you remember Yud Ke, it means there is a connection between Zir and Pin, of course, because it's the sixth level exactly underneath. So Keter, Chokhmah, Bina, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and then As, Malchut. So in this word you have Zir and Pin and Bina, Chokhmah, Keter. All of it. And we are what? Malchut. So all together is the tree of life, the whole 10 Sefirot. I hope we get it. Maybe it's a little bit deep for some of us because we are new. But there is other classes that when we take them, it's like a puzzle. You know, it's all, some people come a little bit ahead, they study, they put it together, and then they study more. It's kind of easier. Some people come a little bit later, and they take those parts, and then they go and they continue collecting the rest of the puzzle. They put it together. It doesn't matter when you're going to put it together, as long as you're going to put it together. And you're going to use it to your life to connect to a higher level of connection with the light. That's the whole main reason. If we don't have connection with the light, it doesn't matter what we're going to do. It's not going to be part of my life. Okay? Then dream correction we talked about. Okay? Tshuva, repentance, tefillah, to pray, tzedakah. Now, when a person wants to do dream correction, part of it is tefillah. It means there is three people sitting and you saying something. It's not to say, you're praying. You say a pray. You say words and they say other words. For you it's words, but it's praying. You know, I'm canceling the decree. I'm canceling something because I got the message, something bad's supposed to happen, and I want to cancel it. So I'm praying. Okay? Halmat tava hazai. We're going to say it. Who did Atavat Halom? Raise your hand. Before. 1, 2. That's it. I mean correction of a dream. So you have to know it's a very good tool to use. So every time we say the sentence, we say it 3 times, and then they say it 3 times, and there are other things to say. So there is back and forth between a person that dreams, and there is 3 judges. You remember how it works, the 3 judges? You have the name of God, Yud Ke Vav Ke. I am always Malchut, the Hey, the last one. And the judges, they are Yud Ke Vav. They are sitting. There are channels to those 3 forces. When you talk and they say, it means we praying. We're doing a duality and then we canceling it. So someone is helping me to cancel something that I don't want it in my life or maybe someone else's life. And we talk about it soon. Okay? So tshuva, and it means I want to repent. If there is something bad, it means I'm not going, you remember we said it, I'm not going in the right direction. So it means I have to repent. I have to change my way. I have to transform. Tzedakah, charity, when a person, the minimum that the person have to do after he does the correction, it's 3 coins. Because without something physical from the person, there is no vessel to receive what he just said. Because to say, you know, a person says, I want to be a pilot. Is that enough? He said, and you have a desire. No, it's not. You have to go and buy the books, and you have to study, and you have to go through the test, and you have to take some lessons right? So, same thing. So this is now if there is something really major, then the person have to give a bigger tzedakah. It's up to him. He doesn't want to do it. It's fine too. But it's up to him. Okay? But he needs to know that's how it works. Okay? Dream correction. Now, when we say tshuva, Okay? Tshuva means two things. Tashuv, it means to bring back. It means the malchut got separated from Zir and Pin. Imagine you sitting on a branch on the wrong side and you're cutting it. Nice, huh? Boom. Okay? So we have to know what side we're sitting. So what side I am? I'm with the light or with Satan. So Teshuvah means it's not just it happened by coincidence, you know. It's just there is a random thing. Suddenly someone have a problem. You know, I have nothing to do with it. When something good, of course something have to do with it. It's me. But something bad, it's nothing to do with me. Just someone dropped on me whatever those bags of problems. No. Everything have to do with me. I have to take responsibility to know that I disconnect myself from the light. And what do I have to do? Reconnect. Tashuv. Take the hay. It's like, but it's not just a letter hay. The malchut, take yourself. Don't we say, take yourself in your hand? Means just change something. Bring it back. Don't we say get out of it? When someone is upset or something, we say get out of it. Get out of what? We understand get out of the room. Something physical, get out of what? It's a state of mind of negativity or something or reaction. Same thing. If I can go out, I can go in. I can be in control. Why we say it in? Because it's in control. It's even in English. And there is out of control because it's already out. What's out? The light. And the person is out of control. Do we like to be out of control? Same thing. So we have that to help me always to remember that I have to bring back. You remember in Elul before Rosh Hashanah? Whoever there is a month that called Tshuva, repentance. It means I have to bring back myself into the connection to the light. Because the light is always sharing, giving, and is here for everybody. Who disconnect himself from the light? Whoever did. A person, 2 million, billion. And who's going to connect it back? The person. That's why Tshuva, I have to go forward. So that's things that we have to know. There is one more thing, of course, there is so much, you know, it's never enough. But there's one more thing. Many times it happened to us if we remember the dream, that we don't recognize no one in the dream. Happened to you? Raise your hand. No one. That means that it's not just it's nothing to do, it is something to do with me. It means usually when you don't recognize no one in the dream, it means our nonsense. All the garbage, all my tikkun is chasing me. And that's why I see a bunch of things, whatever. You know, it's always when you don't remember, it means faces, you don't recognize them. It's usually dreams of chaos. Someone is going here and this happened. It's like you don't even understand the dream. Not even part of the things that we said, you know, a snake is money, and this is this, and the elephant, right? We don't remember. Because it's the false dream. It's my garbage, the spiritual one, that I don't clean. So when I dream that, even if it looks bad, first thing you have to know, before even you go to a teacher, you didn't recognize anybody, there's not even a correction. You understand? It's not you. You don't recognize anybody. Then you just have to know for you You need to change also the way you behave. You're not transforming. Maybe you're fooling yourself that you're spiritual, just by doing some actions and think that I'm spiritual. Different result will show me that I'm not. And it's a good message. It means, okay, a red line, wake up call, wake up, come on, take yourself, change something. It's good for me. So I'm not going to be depressed because of it. The opposite. Wow, okay, let me do something. Now, there is dreams that we recognize only someone else. Now, if it's good, okay, beautiful. There's nothing to do, right? It's good. It could be about me, it could be about anyone. But what happens when you recognize a person? So the first question you have to ask yourself, how come you're dreaming about that person? How come? Why he's not dreaming for himself? Right? You're thinking, it doesn't come? Don't you ask? Why do I have to dream about him? Can he dream for himself? The answer is simple. It's deep, but it's simple. We are from the same source of soul. Because we all, there is no complete souls. Long time ago, we are only sparks of light. Spark, one little piece of soul. And many souls together that we don't even know. Sometimes it could be even a person that I fight with. And I'm not going to go now to reincarnation. We have a study that will go understand it deeper. They can even fight and hate each other. They are from the same source. Or they love each other. It's also from the same source. They dream about each other. That's for sure. They are from the same root of a soul. Okay? Now, if it was a bad dream, you have to do the correction. Because who dreamed? You. But the other person have to do the tzedakah. You have to do the 3 coins, and you have to tell the person. You cannot tell the person, don't forget, you cannot tell the person or anybody the dream. You can tell only, we said, a person that loves you 100%, or a teacher or someone that knows that, God forbid, not going to say something that's going to bring chaos to anybody's life. For sure, the person that you dreamed about, you're not going to tell the dream. The only thing that you're going to say is those words. I had a dream, and I'm just advising you to give tzedakah. That's it. He does it? Okay. He doesn't? What you going to do? Nothing. But your responsibility is to say it. Because then if something happened, what he's going to say? So why you didn't tell me? How do you know if I didn't give? So you tell the person, he did it. Okay. We're not going to see it and convince and fight. No. I had a dream. I did correction. Even if a person doesn't understand that, I'm advising you to give tzedakah. Charity. He doesn't want to do it? It's fine. If you dream about yourself and you saw something, you have to give the tzedakah because it's for yourself. Okay? So you have to remember, all those things, it's part of, it's huge things. Okay, we have a little bit time. Okay? And I thought that maybe to give a chance to some people to ask questions. Any question. It means either a dream that the person wants to understand how to look at that, or any question that we want to understand more about anything that we heard from the beginning until, Yes?
I've had a lot of experiences in my life where I've dreamt of people I have no idea who they are, and I wake up and I'm not sure.
You dreamed about people that you saw the faces, but you don't recognize?
Many years later, then I am with these people.
many years later, you see exactly these faces.
And they're with me in my life, very much involved, and it fits me.
So now, they are with you, it means you are together, and it's like you're, what?
I realized that I had dreamt them.
Before. Okay. So, what do you want to know? Because it happens many times that when a, okay.
But it's just a comment I wanted to make.
Okay. So when we dream about, there is not such a, if you don't recognize what we just heard, is just to know what to behave, how to behave. Okay? Because if I don't recognize, it means that whatever it is, it could be even my nonsense and all that. But let's say years after I know those people, it means that when I dreamed about them, they already told me that those people are going to be in my life. But if you remember the details, you can see that maybe some of them I'm not supposed to have in my life. Some of them have to have a greater connection. What I'm saying, the logic says that some people, and usually we have it, that are nice to me, kind of helping me, giving me the candy, I love those people. Not necessarily that those people are supposed to be in my life. Because really, who's going to help me is usually the people that are hard for me. But usually we don't like those people and we push them away. In the dream, usually, we're supposed to recognize it. Because in the dream, they're going to show me the right thing. In physical reality, we don't see it. Because the 1% is stronger than us, and that's why we have to study and do Shabbat and do all this work to be stronger than the opponent that gives us the wrong picture all the time. Okay? But in the dream, so I don't know if you remember the details and what you're seeing today in reality, it's matching, not just the faces. Because they don't show me just faces. If they show me faces and then I meet them, I have to know the message. So maybe you go, if you can, have to go back, try to see what was the message. If sometimes it's clear, some dreams we remember. I have dreams that I remember from 5 years old. Clear. If you can, you bring it back, sit with your teacher when you're ready, and do something that is going to help you to put something that's going to help you and them. There is not such a thing, only me. Because actually they show you, those people, that they are part of the root of the soul. That you met them later. Okay? You understand? Yes?
When I was small, I had a repetitive dream.
You're still small.
I was like a kid.
Okay.
I had it maybe once a year, like every few years, until I was maybe 15 or something. I lived by myself for about 4 years in the States, and I'm from Russia. All my family is back there. And I got back last year, and I had the same dream. I was very surprised, like it came back to me again.
So 5 years old, let's say, you had a dream, and then now?
No, 5, 6, 7, 8, constantly, maybe like...
So it repeated.
During my childhood.
Childhood, okay.
Then it stopped in teenage age somewhere.
It stopped. That dream stopped.
Stopped at all.
And then it came back.
It came back a year ago when I was at home, and I was really surprised. And it came back. The dream is this: I'm in my city, in my house, and I'm running with my family because there is a tornado coming, several tornadoes, and I see them. And they're coming, and we're like hiding into the basement, and those. It's like a horror dream, but we're always able to escape, and it's like it's very tense.
Mm-hmm.
And I either wake up from it, or when I wake up, I just remember that I had this dream. So I'm not really afraid. It's it keeps you tense and in adrenaline.
It's the same. So the dream repeats exactly. There is you and your family in the house, and tornado comes, and you're running away. But when you're running out of the house, or you are in the house?
Several houses around.
Okay.
We're running from one basement to another and trying to lock the door.
Running from one basement to another. So all kind of
Yeah.
chaos.
Yeah.
Okay. So first you have to know always when we have dreams that repeat, one thing is first to know that we didn't open the letter. Dreams don't repeat if I got it and I'm doing something about it. Same thing as you go to school. You go to school, the teacher teached you something, you got the test, you passed, that's it. What happens if you don't? Again and again and again until you get it. Okay, so the dreams don't repeat just because it's nice, I'm dreaming. It means, first, you remember we talked about that there is no age. The dreams, the angels, the light, I can be 5,000 years old. My body is only whatever this lifetime. So it means that I'm getting a message for whatever it is. It doesn't matter if you're 5 years old, 7, like you said, 8, and then it stopped. It stopped because sometimes it's like us, we say to someone, we say it again, and then what we do? We stop. It stopped. We have to know that the same thing, by the way, blessing. When blessing comes to us, it could be that it comes in a way like, look at Joseph. The blessing doesn't look nice. They throw him to the hole. They sold him as a slave. And then one woman wanted to rape him, and he went to prison, and he ran away. So if you look at it, it's awful. And he was solving dreams in the prison. And then, of course, because of the dream of Pharaoh, he came out. So you look at the awful life, and he became second of king. The ruler of the world, and bring food and everything. So it means when you see something like this that repeats, it means, come on, wake up, understand what it is, do something about it. And what is it? Is usually when it's family, it means to know that our biggest tikkun is always in the family. And usually, we kind of running away from it. We coming to a house, this is where my tikkun could be the strongest with father, could be only with the mouth, it could be with everybody, it could be with one brother, it could be with all the brothers, but it's in the house. And we have to know that the tikkun, it comes like a hurricane. It means it would not stop until we change it. It's not to run away from it, from one place to another. So a person have to understand that he have to change something. What does it mean when we study to be proactive? Proactive, it means I have to do something ahead, proactively, to prepare myself, not to get to the point of, God forbid, let's say, accident. At the time of the accident, what to do? Rewind? Can't rewind the movie, that's it. But I could do before, proactively, change the movie. Now, no news, good news. When we going through everything looks okay, it doesn't mean that it's okay. And that's how it fools us. The opponent fools us like, you see, everything is okay. Things develop. Garbage develop. We accumulate things, and plus the previous life that we forgot completely, and it comes, it's hunting us. Again and again. It's like a hurricane. Okay? So the message comes that you have to be in contact with the family, you have to love someone that there is a problem there, and to correct things that you have to understand that it's not going to disappear if you're not going to do it. Okay? Anybody else? Yes?
What does it mean if two people dream with you at the same night?
Two people dream?
With you?
So someone dreamed, and let's say you dreamed in the same night?
No, like I had like two friends of mine, they dreamt with me at the same night, two different people.
Okay. Same dream?
I don't know the same dream, but I was in the dream both.
Oh, they dreamed about you in the same night. It depends also the message. First, three of you, same root of a soul. First. So maybe you didn't know. For you, it's like friends. But we have to know there is no such a thing that we know people. Could be at work, could be here, it could be anywhere. There is no such a thing. Yeah, it's just, it happens, just I came to intro and I decided to take part of Kabbalah. Why this part of Kabbalah and not other one? Why are you sitting with those people and not other people? It happened to be that I came to Shabbat or I came to Hanukkah and stayed with some people. Really, just it happened. There's no such a thing. It's a higher level when two people dream about the same person.
Can I say when it was? The first time that I did the meditations before going to bed. That night, the day after, two friends of mine wrote me saying they dreamed with me.
So you made the meditation of what we talked about, and they dreamed about you. It means that you activate. I don't know if you heard the story of the Rav. It's beautiful if we have time. Okay? Beautiful story. The Karen Berg, she was working for the Rav. And one day, she told the Rav, teach me Kabbalah. After she found out, because the business is going down, because he's running to Israel all the time to meet his teacher. So she said, you can't go to Israel, your business. Long story, but anyway, so she said, what are you doing in Israel all the time? Going, coming, going. And he said, I'm studying Kabbalah. So after a while, for whatever, right, we know that there is no mistakes. She asked him, can you teach me Kabbalah? He says, I don't know if I can teach you Kabbalah. I mean, at that time, he was studying to teach Kabbalah, and you, who are you? It's like, you understand, a woman, at that time, it was, believe me, women, Kabbalah? Forget it. How many, even today, some people say, you're teaching women, teaching this, it's all judgment. But, because he was studying Kabbalah, he knew that he can't judge. So he said, I have to ask my teacher. But at that time, his teacher already left the world. So she's telling him, what do you mean you're going to ask your teacher? He left. He died. So he said, yeah, but he's still teaching me. So it's very hard for us to understand that we can be in a level that we can learn, because who gave Rabbi Shimon all that Zohar? Moses. Sitting with him and Elijah, giving him, and it says clearly in the Zohar many times. Moses says this, Ayam Amana, the loyal shepherd. So she said, okay, you know what? Ask him. So they meet after, not immediately they talked about it, because the dream not necessarily that comes the same. It could be the night after, it could be a few nights. Anyway, so a few days after she comes to him, she said, I had a dream. I have to tell you the dream. Because she's asking him, so, what's the answer? He said, I didn't get the answer yet. So she's telling him, I had a dream, and I need your help. So, okay. Some guy looked like this, long socks, white had the pants like this, clothes like this, beard like this, glasses like this, nose like... That's how he looked like. He said something, yes, you can teach Kabbalah, that person. So I don't say, I can teach Kabbalah, I don't know Kabbalah. So the Rav opened his eyes. Immediately he knew what? It's the soulmate. Because when message come, soulmate, there's no difference between male and female. The dream can come to the female like it comes to the male, or it can come to the male exactly like you understand? When a soul even comes to two parents, of course it goes into the female, but when he chooses, it chooses the soul. The soul is a soul. So the message came instead of to the Rav. The Rav Brian answered Karen, yes, you can teach. But actually the answer was supposed to be to who? To the Rav. But it's the same thing. And the Rav immediately understood who's standing in front of him? His real half. How do you know? Because it's very simple. When the two halves meet, they don't just do something for themselves. They do something for the world. So when two people thinking, even just from that story you understand, when you scanned and you are from the same root, the energy went to them too. We don't see energies. Because even food, even if I put my hand now, right here, you think the energy disappear? Anything you touch, there is energy always moving from us back and forth. There is connection between people that we don't understand. So all this going through. So it's a very good question, and it gives us beautiful understanding. Yes. Anybody else? Okay. Yes.
I had a dream that it felt like I just fell asleep, and then I went out of my body, and then as soon as I went out, there's this guy wearing a light blue shirt with this smile, and I knew he wanted to go to my body. I said, no, you can't do that. So I said, I have to wake up, and I felt like I was like drowning, and then I finally woke up, but it was so difficult.
Light blue.
Yes, that's why I remember you said.
It's very good that you interfered. So you did interfere in the dream to wake up, and you didn't let it happen. But it means it's not very good. Okay, so I don't know if you did correction, but you should do, but it's too late. I guess it happened a long time ago.
1992.
Okay, so then just let go. You understand? But you did good. You did good. Because the minute you dreamed about the person with the light blue that wants to, what does it mean? It's not a person. The light blue shows you that the negative energy wanted to come in, and you wanted to wake up, and you fought it, and you didn't let it happen. That's good. Sometimes we do things naturally, but by using the sequences that we said, we can connect to a higher level of messages instead of going to the bad messages, That I didn't say. I said we call it a thank you message. It means it will help me too, but I need to know how to behave and what to do when it comes. To do correction, to give something for it, to change it, to change my way, to transform. But if we want to connect to really high messages, it's going to come with the sequences and the consciousness, and also, you remember, the behavior. It means really I want to be here in this world, not just for my agenda. I want to eat, drink, pay my bills, get old and leave. I want to be here as a channel of the light. Then the light going to use me. If I don't choose to be channel of the light, it's automatic I'm channel of Satan, because I don't have to choose Satan. We don't need to choose negativity. If you pay attention, There is no school anywhere in the world to teach someone to be angry. There's no school to teach someone to be upset. But look how many classes we have to teach until a person gets a little bit more happy. So it means that we have to choose to be channel of the light. And imagine, let's say this is a phone. If the phone is busy with the light, then Satan cannot call me. The light, it's busy. If I'm busy with the light. If I'm not, you don't have to make effort to connect to Satan. It's automatically. And then it will be a messages that's supposed to help me to change it. And that's all about those things. And hopefully that we can use it and help ourselves not just to sleep, to help ourselves while we're going to sleep. It's part of my correction and part of my life. Not just my life and then I'm going to sleep. Now we know that it's bigger picture. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody.